Have you ever pondered about the naval powers that ruled the waters during the Age of Exploration? This was a time when the world as we knew it was expanding, when brave explorers left the familiar shores of their homelands to venture into the unknown. This was the Age of Discovery, a pivotal moment in history that saw the exchange of cultures, ideas, and goods on an unprecedented scale. Now, while these voyages of discovery were driven by curiosity and the thirst for knowledge, they would have been impossible without the naval might that supported them. The seas were a treacherous playground, and it was the strongest navies that held the keys to the world. Among these naval powers, three stand out for their influence and impact: the Portuguese, the Spanish, and the British. Each of these navies played a crucial role in shaping the world as we know it today. First, we set sail with the Portuguese, the pioneers of the Age of Exploration. The Portuguese Navy, the first to venture into uncharted waters, was a force to be reckoned with. As the 15th century dawned, Portugal, a small nation on the Iberian Peninsula, was about to make a big splash. They were driven by a thirst for knowledge, wealth, and the spread of Christianity. Their navy became the pioneers of ocean exploration, thanks to advancements in shipbuilding and navigation. Among the key figures of this era was Vasco da Gama, a man whose name is synonymous with exploration and discovery. His daring voyage around the Cape of Good Hope at the southern tip of Africa led to the discovery of a sea route to India, a feat that hadn't been achieved before. This monumental achievement opened up a world of possibilities, creating new trade routes and cementing Portugal's place in the annals of maritime history. Next, we journey to the era of the Spanish Armada, a navy that left an indelible mark on history. Enter the Spanish Armada, a navy that would become synonymous with the Age of Exploration. As the 16th century dawned, Spain emerged from the shadows of the Middle Ages to become a dominant power on the high seas. Their rise to naval prominence was no accident. It was a calculated move, spurred by the ambition of their monarchs and the courage of explorers ready to brave the unknown. Among these brave souls, one name stands out: Christopher Columbus. This Genovese explorer, funded by the Spanish crown, set sail into uncharted waters and in the process changed the course of history. His discovery of the Americas in 1492 was a milestone not just for Spain, but for humanity. It opened up a whole new world, rich in resources and ripe for colonization. With this newfound wealth and territory, the Spanish Armada's power grew exponentially. Their galleons, laden with gold and silver from the New World, sailed across the Atlantic, underlining Spain's dominance on the global stage. Yet, the Spanish Armada was not just about exploration and conquest. It was a symbol of Spanish pride, a testament to their technological prowess, and a beacon of their ambition. It embodied the spirit of the Age of Exploration, a time when the world seemed limitless and ripe for discovery. Finally, we crossed the seas to the British Isles, home to the navy that would eventually dominate the world. The British Navy, the last to join the exploration race, but certainly not the least. In the late 16th century, the British Navy began to emerge as a force to be reckoned with. It was a time of great change, with England transforming from a relatively small island nation into a global power. The rise of the British Navy is intertwined with the stories of daring explorers, the most notable of whom was Sir Francis Drake. Drake, a seaman, privateer, and politician, was the epitome of the adventurous spirit that defined this era. His exploits were legendary, and he was a key figure in the establishment of the British Navy's reputation. Drake's most significant achievement, and indeed one of the British Navy's crowning glories, was the circumnavigation of the globe. From 1577 to 1580, Drake traveled around the world in the Golden Hind, a journey that not only proved a monumental feat of navigation, but also served as a powerful demonstration of Britain's seafaring capabilities. This voyage, and others like it, propelled the British Navy to the forefront of the Age of Exploration. It marked the beginning of Britain's ascent to naval dominance and laid the groundwork for the British Empire's expansion in the centuries to come. From the Portuguese pioneers to the world-dominating British, these naval powers shaped the course of history during the Age of Exploration.